Have you had anything that you wanted to throw away, but you couldn't because it brought back memories? Like just a simple box. Simple box. But I can't throw it away because it brings back memories. So why do we have these memories? And have I also energized the box or put my energy into the box? Will someone pick up the box and sense my affiliation to the box? What do you think? Stay tuned and we'll discuss it. Welcome back to the Brac Shop, and I'm Tom from the shop. Now, just recently I've been trying to clear my space and bring in new energy. And well, I just came across some boxes, and these were just boxes, not even the actual items. And I couldn't throw it away. It was basically this box, and I thought, oh no! This box brings back memories. Brings back memories of my mum. And the actual, it's actually an owl potpourri holder that you put in the drawer or the cupboard. I'm sure it's in one of the drawers. But the box just brought back memories of a long time ago. Different places, different people, which I can't get anymore. And it seems like this brought back the memories. And this is my connection to that place in the past. Now, some people will say I am being silly, and maybe I am, but I don't know. It's triggered memories, and I'm sure you experience the same thing. Like if you have a certain fragrance in the room, it will bring back memories of maybe your aunt's birthday party that you all had to go to. She had these flowers in the room, and that brought back the memories. All sorts of different things. Or talking about flowers, maybe you see a whole vase of lilies, and it brings back memories of walking into a hotel and they had across the counter vases of lilies, that sort of thing. But I don't know. I seem to well, it explains why I'm a bit of a hoarder. But things bring back memories. And so if I throw them away, am I throwing my memories away? And have I sort of, with all the emotions I have installed into this little box, have I now energized the box? So if one of those psychometric people or clairvoyants come along and hold the box, will they be able to pick up on that energy? Now, if you like this video that you're going to watch, press the like button, and also please subscribe. It'll help the channel grow as well, and you'll be notified every time I release another video. Actually, if you press the bell, that will let you know when I've released another video. And I try to do my best, but I keep getting held up with one thing or another. So I'm sorry about the inconsistency, but I do put a video out. So please join this Brac Shop community and be part of the family. It's great to have you here, and I am appreciative that you are here. Now, going back to my memories and the box. Now, they say that I've just lost my thought, my memory. No, they say that memories are created, obviously, through the brain, through the mind, but you make up these, you have these, the brain, the mind makes up these short-term memories, which go through the hippocampus. Now that is an organ in the brain. And the hippocampus will sort through the different sort of memories that you have. Now we're talking about memories that are in the next 30 seconds or so, everyday things that we see as we go along. And it sorts out and it keeps the important memories, and that goes into your long-term memory. It's encoded and put into your long-term memory. Now, they also say that your mind never forgets anything, which is why under hypnosis, people are actually able to remember things that they had no recollection of ever having done since the time they actually did it. And so in a way, your mind does retain everything. But your conscious mind, on the other hand, only selects the most important things so you remember. After all, there's a lot to remember. So then when we remember something, we're actually, as in the scientific terms, we are retrieving the memory to bring it back. And there are certain memory triggers, like, as I mentioned earlier, the fragrance or seeing a certain familiar object, like, what's a quick object? Like a particular Christmas decoration, and it will bring back if it's a particular Christmas decoration of a particular style, let's say a hanging decoration on a tree, which is a star covered with green and gold glitter, for instance, and you saw that in a shop, and all of a sudden that brings back memories of going to your aunt's place again, and she had the same decoration on her Christmas tree, and that also remembered the great time you had for Christmas and the Christmas dinner and the presents that you got as well. So that is a memory trigger that will bring it back. The same as a fragrance. You walk through somewhere and you smell that fragrance, and also it also brings back these memories where you also had these fragrances as well. But I was clearing out my room, as I was saying, and I came across this box, and I just couldn't throw the box away because it triggered my memory. Now, it's a box that, it's quite a nice box actually. It's got a nice owl there. But it has a potpourri owl holder, and it's in one of my cupboards somewhere, I'm sure. And but the box is so colourful because I think the potpourri holder is actually just brown with the shape of the owl. But this is so colourful, and I remember it years ago. My mother had this, and it was in her cupboard, and you'd always see it on the shelf there in her cupboard. And she never used to use it, actually. It was just an unused potpourri holder. And yeah, so as time went by, I inherited the potpourri holder, and it's to good use. But of course, with most people, they would have used the potpourri holder and thrown the box away. But I've kept it because it's a pretty box, and I've kept it. And I was clearing out my room, and which is why I'm a bit of a hoarder actually. And I came across this, and I thought, oh my God, the potpourri holder. Oh, my mum. Oh, the old house where we used to live. Oh, and it just unlocked all these memories. And well, I just can't throw it away. It's memories. And if I did throw them away, now I know I wouldn't be throwing my memories away, but would I be throwing the trigger away? And so therefore I wouldn't remember all those wonderful experiences as often as when I come across the box. Because really, I don't think I've actually remembered those situations for a long time, actually. So that does it. I'm keeping the box. It's also a pretty box as well. I put it on the mantelpiece. But getting back to the point, does it throw away my memory trigger? And also, because I've just loved the box and I've just put some energy into the box, someone who has the gift, although I've been told anyone can develop the gift, and that is psychometry. If someone has the gift of psychometry, and anyone can apparently learn this gift, if they pick up the box, will they be able to sense someone loved the box and the contents originally in the box? Interesting thought. Now, psychometry is actually the science of actually being able to sense the energies in an object. I mean, you would have seen stage shows, it's been in films, how people would hold up a ring or watch, something that's been in close contact with somebody and be able to sense that person. So this box will be able to sense me, actually. And I don't know if you can hear it, but the neighbors is banging away, and it's a bit distracting. But getting back to my box, we've all seen shows where people have picked up something and able to examine it and able to tell the owner. Actually, my grandmother, she, when she was very young, she went to this lady. I can't remember what it was, but she had something from her brother. And she took it to the lady. And the lady obviously picked it up and felt it. And she was actually able to say that this person is no longer here anymore. Actually, that's what I remember. And she said a few other things. And that was so true, because my grandmother had actually taken this thing that had belonged to her brother that was actually killed in the First World War. And she was able to pick up on the energies of that object. And this is what I'm talking about. Have I put energies in this object, or do objects actually pick up their surroundings, regardless whether people have put energies in it or not? If it's been sitting on the shelf and people have been walking around, have they picked up the energies? In fact, I think they do pick up the energy if there's been emotion displayed close by to the object. Let's say people have been having arguments in a house. Let's say it's a vase on a shelf, and people have always had arguments right in front of it. I think that vase would have picked up the negative energies. Or if the vase was on the shelf and always this couple would come across and always kiss in front of the shelf where the vase was, and that would be the energy they would put into the vase, a very positive, loving energy. Do you think the vase would have picked up on that energy? Interesting point. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments below. And that is the science of psychometry. And that first word was coined by a man called Joseph Rhodes Buchanan. And he studied this whole thing, that objects contains energy, and they actually have an aura, and you can pick up on objects' energies, which explains things like Robert, the doll, how he has a presence, and other objects that people buy and take home, and all of a sudden the home feels different. Or my past story of the haunted cobblestone, where someone took a stone home from the street and all of a sudden they had this whole paranormal experience. And you can actually watch it in the video that I'll put up the top. So, what is this energy? In fact, William Denton actually worked with Joseph Rhodes Buchanan, and William Denton actually wrote a book called The Soul of Things, which actually describes how objects can actually have an energy field or an energy source. Whether you believe it or not is a different thing, and it's one of those sciences which is so hard to prove as well. But if you look, there's a very interesting experiment. Now, there is a British illusionist called Darren Brown, and you may have seen some of his shows on the television. But there's one episode where, actually, I'll put the link down below because it's on YouTube and you can watch it. It's a very interesting episode on luck, which makes me feel anyone can be lucky. So, getting back to this, Darren Brown did an experiment. He placed a dog in this country town, a bronze dog, and said it was lucky. And so the townspeople actually would go up and touch it and rub its nose just to get a bit of their luck. And for some reason, they became lucky. Some people won lottery tickets. People applied for jobs which they never got and they finally got. And it was just strange little things. So, which goes back to the story. Did the people believing that that dog, that bronze dog was lucky, made it lucky? Or was it in their minds that made it lucky? Was the dog actually lucky? And there's also a thought in a lot of ancient cultures. They say that if you project your intention and your will into an object, whether it be good or bad, which is why some things turn out cursed because bad intentions. Some things turn out blessed because of good intentions. But if you put your intentions onto something, that object will absorb the power and the intention of what you're putting into it and radiate it out again. Very interesting concept, which I will look more into. But saying that, is that what has happened with the dog? People have thought it's lucky and actually believed it and become lucky. But then again, words have power. Now, priests bless the water and it becomes holy water. Has the priest actually done something? And I think so, because, and you can look this up on YouTube as well, because there's a famous Japanese scientist who actually proven this, and he's had a best-selling book out, Masaru Emoto. Now, he's actually said that when you actually say things like to the water, if you say things to the water, the actual molecular structure of the water crystals actually change. So this is the same thing when priests bless the water and actually turn it into holy water. So how do you explain it? Words have power. So be careful of your intentions and what you say, because you are radiating basically all this energy. So just be careful what you radiate out. What do you think? Why do our memories and emotions, actually our emotions play a very important part to a lot of things. Don't you find that things that you do remember is actually triggered by particular emotions. Remember a particular event in a lecture because someone made a funny remark about it. Otherwise, you probably would have forgotten about it. So it's emotions, and that was the emotion of laughter or humor or fun. And emotions play such an important part because it also spreads out into houses. Why do some houses have a good energy and some houses have a very foreboding energy? And that's because of what's gone on in the house. The pleasant emotions in a house that you walk in and you feel love and warmth, and other houses that you walk in and you actually feel dread and you don't want to be there because of the horrible, abusive emotions that went on in that house. Emotions have a very important part, and that's what I feel. What do you think? It'd be interesting to hear your comments. Please write your comments down and let me know what you think. And as I said, if you like this episode, think it's interesting, please press the like button. And it'll help the channel, help us to grow, and share the video with your friends. Let them know what we're talking about and discussing here as well. And press the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed as yet, and press the bell so you'll be notified when I do release another video. Because I try, but life is just getting so complicated at the moment. In fact, as you know, life is very interesting at the moment. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it's created things for you to think about. And stay tuned. And I have a few more interesting episodes coming up really soon. And don't forget, visit the shop. There's not much in the shop, as I've said, but I am expanding the shop. And if you have any requests on what you would like to see in the shop, please put that in the comments below as well. I'd like some ideas. I'd like to get it off and running off the ground, but it's just sourcing the products and making it at a suitable price that's affordable for getting it and putting it in there as well. You know what I mean. So, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy. It increases the vibrations. And thank you for being part of this family. And I'll see you soon.